Welcome along. It looks as though Ed Miliband was on the brink of costing the British taxpayer tens of billions of pounds just a week after taking his position in the cabinet. Mr Miliband is already the most expensive policymaker in British history. In 2008, he pushed through the final version of the Climate Change Act. It made us the only country in the world legally committed to cutting our emissions of CO2 by 80% between then and 2050. Even then, the government projected that this would cost us up to £734 billion. The latest figures suggest that for Britain to reach this target, it would now cost even more, around £1,300 billion. Mr Miliband is, of course, reluctant to put his own money where his considerable mouth is. Here he is, being asked about electric cars.
You've got one.
I haven't yet. It's a work in progress.
What? Practice what you preach.
It's a work in progress. We're actually on our way to buying one before lockdown. It is going to happen, I promise you. I have bought an electric bike, but it's on its way.
Then today, this article emerged. Miliband overrules officials with immediate ban on new North Sea oil. It says that the Energy Secretary has decided that regulators will not approve a new round of drilling that was slated for confirmation in the coming weeks. Now, this is backed up by a comment from Ed Miliband's team, which said, "We will not issue new licences to explore new fields and will not revoke existing oil and gas licences. We will manage existing fields for the entirety of their lifespan." OK, well, then it seems to have dawned on people that the energy, oil and gas companies might be a bit angry about this and they might take legal action. They've already spent hundreds of millions of pounds on this, and if the government lost that legal action, who would have to pay? Oh, yes, the British taxpayer. Not that Miliband would care about that, of course. Then the unions got involved. Sharon Graham, Unite General Secretary, said it is quite frankly irresponsible for Labour to keep ploughing ahead with the guillotine ban of new oil and gas licences when there is no clear plan for jobs. We simply cannot let go of one rope before we have a hold of another. Until we have clear plans and, more importantly, investment, we should not be turning off the taps. So then came the reverse ferret. All of a sudden, this story was nonsense and a complete fabrication and totally untrue. Ed Miliband's track record suggests that he doesn't care much about spending huge quantities of taxpayers' money, though, does it? He said that he'd relish fighting a general election campaign on net zero. And today, it emerged that the government will no longer defend a decision made by the Tories to allow a controversial new coal mine in Cumbria. So the new Secretary of State for Housing, Communities and Local Government, Angela Rayner, described it as an error of law. But where are we going to get our power? Well, Mr Miliband's sums for Great British Energy don't add up. It relies on Ed Miliband only investing public money into projects that go on to work, so, you know, and then encouraging private investors to invest more themselves. So the public have a right to wonder, I think, whether or not there is an eco-zealot at the heart of government holding a pen over a cheque that you're all paying for.